Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Brother Sik, for the wonderful message in song. Our topic for today is persecution of the church throughout the ages. Next slide, please. First, we have Jesus' warning. So, I'm sure we all know that before Jesus ascended into heaven, he warned his followers that after he left, they would face hatred, persecution, and suffering. As his servants, we must tread the same path of humiliation, reproach, and suffering because he is our master. He allows these things to happen to us because it tests our faith and allows us to love him truly because we choose to choose him despite persecution. In the early centuries of Christianity, his warnings came true. Christians were imprisoned, tortured, killed, and forced into hiding because they refused to give up their faith. But despite this, they remained loyal to Christ, encouraging one another and believing that their suffering would be rewarded by God. The first major persecution of Christians was believed to be by Emperor Nero. Are we all familiar with the Great Fire of Rome? So, Emperor Nero made Christians the scapegoats. He blamed them for that problem. And it was believed that it was this event that was the first major persecution of Christians. But eventually, an emperor named Constantine legalized Christianity and gave them imperial support. But this led to the compromise of faith as the church worked closely together with the authorities. Now, why is it titled Satan's New Strategy? It's because since he could not destroy the church using persecution, he used deception instead. Why? Well, if a church is corrupted from the inside, then it is as good as gone. The devil is very cunning. As we As we can see here, some Christians, they gave up their scriptures and denied their faith during persecution, yet were allowed back in the church. This led to a divide between the religion. The Donatists here were one of the most important early Christian groups, and they were involved in a lot of debates about church purity and compromise. So basically, they argued over the concept of keeping our true and untainted faith instead of adapting to accommodate the world's beliefs. But the mainstream church argued that the power of sacraments come from God and not the moral perfection of minister, and that only God can judge true sincerity. They used this reasoning as an excuse to accept pagan beliefs and traditions and merge it into their faith. However, not all Christians accepted this compromise. This led to groups separating from the main church, like, for example, us Seventh day Adventists, in order to preserve what we saw as true Christianity. Now, what is our goal? Always, our goal is to spread the word of God, and for that, we ourselves must remain faithful and true to Him. Our goal is not to rebel against other churches or the mainstream church, but to keep and nurture our pure and authentic faith. Can everyone read the last bullet, please? Thank you. That is all for today. Happy Vesper, everyone.